Gentle yoga is for everyone, including beginners. Please consult with your doctor before beginning this or any exercise program. Yoga is a great way to increase flexibility and strength, reduce stress, and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Before we begin today, listen to your body and do the poses you are comfortable with. Rest as often as needed. All right, so before we begin today, I want to make sure you have your block and your strap nearby. That you remind yourselves when we get onto the top of our mat, just relax your feet. Just find a comfortable way to stand on that mat. And remember, we go through our gentle yoga, just go at your own pace. Concentrate on your breath. And if anything hurts, we do not go into our pain zone ever. So begin that simple walk, just stepping through the feet, feeling the 4 points, 2 in the ball of the foot, 2 in the balls of the heel. So as we walk, just notice how the knees feel, the hips feel, the shoulders. Notice if you have a shoulder falling forward or back. And then as we relax the feet down to the mat, take a deep, deep breath in, through the nose, down to the back of the throat, closing your eyes, just let everything go. Now let the world be tuned out. Focus on the breath entering the body. The body begins to relax. As we begin to let everything go, begin to become one with your body. Feel every inch as you breathe and relax. Now as we glance down towards our feet, notice if your toes are lined up and the heels are behind the center of the feet. Spread those toes out. Soften the knees. And see the weight balancing in through both hips. Hands extend to the sides, palms to the front, fingers open to the air. You can close your eyes, you can find a spot on the floor, whatever works for you and how you feel safe. We're going to breathe in and breathe into that belly, breathe into the chest, rising the arms up slowly. See how our shoulders feel today. We only go as high as our shoulders feel good, and then we release. Now if we have one shoulder's a little sore, we're going to really respect that and not go as high. Deep breath in, belly expands, chest expands, chin stays tucked. And gently release. Now one more time, deep breath in. Just getting the breath to enter the body whichever way it desires right now. Now as the hands release to the sides, we're going to cup the belly nice and low. Relax the shoulders, open the heart, draw the heart forward, but don't press the shoulder blades together. Just let the breath draw open the chest. Now the next breath we take in, draw it through the nose if we can, down to the back of the throat, deep into the belly and the back. Feel your belly expand into your fingertips, into your palms. Notice how it balances the hips, how it relaxes the shoulders. As you exhale, you feel your core contract gently, and as you inhale, you feel your back lengthen. Exhale, core. Shoulders relaxing, mind beginning to get clearer and clearer. Now let your body guide you through that breath. Don't ever begin anything until you're ready. And on the next exhale, let your hands slide to the side, softly towards each hip, and begin to roll the right shoulder up. As you breathe into that right lung, let the lung lift the shoulder. Don't worry about the contraction of the neck, but as we roll the left shoulder up, bringing the lung to lift that shoulder and exhaling it out. Inhale the right. Feel the length of your rib cage getting longer away from the hip, growing taller and taller, and then just resting it back. We're not pulling the shoulder blade back, we're just letting the shoulder melt back into its pocket. The knees stay soft. The body begins to twist when it's ready. We just flow naturally as the body likes. And the crown is still lifting to the sky. Beautiful, nice and slow. Let the spine move in many different directions as it's meant to move. We get so rigid and so stiff. Perfect. One more time, each shoulder breathing in. And let that breath guide you, not me. And then both shoulders relax down, hands to the sides, feet planted on the mat, but the knees are still soft. Inhale up, chest and belly open. Now as we sweep the hands down to the belly, take that nice deep breath into the belly. Feel your belly float into the palms. On the exhale, slide the hands just above the knees. And as we go into our half extension, tabletop, we reach back with the tailbone, flatten the spine, reach to the crown, and very gently pull the shoulders towards your hips. Feel your body lengthening. And then allow the body to slowly lower. Now we can reach for a block, anything in front of us if we need to. As we lower down, we can keep the hands on the shins. Wherever our body would like to go today, this is our first forward fold. We just let the shoulders relax, the neck and the crown. Now softly pull back with your shoulders as you lift your tailbone up to the sky. Let the blood flow towards the head, being respectful to any high or low blood pressure. And going as our body feels good. Now inhale, soften your knees. Exhale, press into those legs. Use the strength of those legs to roll the body up as you tuck your tailbone in. Let the shoulders softly roll back. Arms extend to the sides, arms open. Deep breath into the belly and through the chest. Let the arms extend back down towards the belly. Exhaling, breathe into the hands. Release above the knees, that half extension. Feel that nice lengthening from the crown to the tailbone. Tailbone nice and high. Shoulders pulling back. Let the hands slide down those legs, that forward fold. Back to your block, to your fingertips, or maybe we're just hovering on the shins. Lift that tailbone, relax that neck, and softly pull the shoulders back. Let your breath guide that release. And when you're ready, inhale, soften the knees, and slowly roll the body up. Shoulders roll back. Beautiful, arms rise. Now holding the arms up, drop your shoulders, relax the palms to the front. Take your right elbow, looking to that right elbow, lower that elbow to your back pocket. And then when you have a nice deep breath in, press and lift through the left lung, looking up to the sky with the left palm. Gentle contraction, relax your left shoulder, bring your right arm back up. Both hands pressing up and then releasing across the hips. Soft knees, planted feet. Inhale up. Relax your shoulders, palms to the front. Beautiful. Drop that left elbow as we look to it towards your left back pocket. Right palm extends to the sky. Gentle contraction on that side, and then releasing the left arm back up. Drop your right shoulder and sweep both hands across those hips. Nice job. Inhale up, belly, chest open. We're going to take it right down to a full forward fold, but you're always welcome to go to that half extension. As we go down to the mat, find the corners. Walk your feet back into your plank. Now as we spread the fingers out, the middle finger to the top of the mat, remember the butterflies underneath your palms. We might begin at the knees, shins and shoelaces, shoulders pulling back. Or you might tuck those toes and come into full plank. But we should feel no discomfort in that lower back. Core is pulling in. Now look beyond your fingertips. Find that length. Reach to those heels. Deep breath in. Slowly lower to your knees. Using that core, shin, shoelaces. Now we're in our kneeling plank. Fingertips still spread apart. Tuck your elbows towards your hips, pulling the shoulders softly back. Let's lower the body down to the earth. Now as the shoulders stay back, the hands are still under the shoulders. When we come to our up dog, looking up, lifting through the crown, lengthening, let your glutes go. Shoulders roll back. Elbows can be bent. We can even take it to forearms if our wrists are sore today or we've had some injuries. We're still drawing back through the shoulders though. We shouldn't feel like we're pinching the lower back, otherwise we soften the elbows because we're never going to lock them. We're going to keep them strong, however. Lower the body down. Now we're going to go into our dancing cobra, coming up, moving the body any which way you like. Rotating, twisting, dropping. Slowly but control. Let the body let you know what it wants. Tucking, extending, looking down the body, looking up. And once again, we make sure we don't enter any pain zones. until we settle right back down towards the mat. Chest lowering, crown lowering, body nice and long. Deep breath in. Take it, press into the hands, take the tailbone back, find your child's pose. Now as we lengthen into child's pose, we can be active with the arms off the mat, fingertips pressing down, protecting our butterflies under the palms. Crown can lower towards the mat, grounding the mind to the earth. But we're breathing into the lower back. Now if my shoulders are sore, I might lower to my elbows, because it's more comfortable for you to release, or let my hands float towards my ankles, towards my toes, and relax my forehead down. I might even use a pillow if it's more comfortable. Take that deep breath and feel every inch of your body as that breath travels to that tail. Inhale, preparing, take a deep breath. Roll the body up as you exhale into that cat stretch. Curl the toes under. We're going to take it to a downward dog. So spread your fingertips out. Prepare. Lift with bent knees. Lift the tailbone nice and high, lengthening down the spine. Adjust the feet as you need, and then if you can, straighten the legs out a little bit more as the body allows, reaching through the heels at the very end. The ears should fall between the arms. Feel your length of your body. Feel the strength of your shoulders. Your chest is open to the mat. Inhaling, look up towards your hands. Take your right leg and just step it up behind your right hand. Now we come into a lunge position. Walk your left foot a little further out, like you're on a train track, not a tightrope. Your right knee is above the ankle, protecting the joints. And we might even go to a standing position and come back up into this, but we're going to bring the arms to the knee, opening up that left hip. We feel all 5 balls of the left foot on that mat. We don't want to be rolling into that big toe. We want the hips to be level. The hands can float up when you're ready. Breathe into the belly, relax your shoulders, stop, bring them down. Open the chest, and just softly hold as you sink into the hips. You take the breaks at any point, coming to a standing position, and then joining us again when you're ready. You can always have a chair beside you if you need for balance. But as we relax the shoulders, we focus on the strength and the power of our legs. Beautiful. Take your left hand, sweep it down to that right knee. The right hand stays to the sky. And we might hold here as we open up that left hip, straightening out that back left leg, making sure we don't begin to bend it. Right hand can float to the side if we choose, and then gently back, like we're shaking a hand behind us, opening across the chest. Breathe into your right lung. Reach through your left heel. Left shoulders relaxed with the right. Hold your pose, feel your strength, and then slowly inhale your right hand up to the sky, shoulders relaxed. Left hand follows, arms rise. Softly hold. Reach into that back left heel. Hands are going to reach forward as we exhale. Belly button pulls in. Feel your core strength protecting your spine. Gently walk your right foot out to the side, stepping back into your plank. Now again, middle finger to the top of the mat, reaching through the heels, or coming to the knees, shins, and shoelaces. Again, no pinching, no slouching through the shoulders. Look beyond your fingertips. Well done. Take that tailbone up to a downward dog by softening the knees. Lift that tailbone up, drop your chest between your arms. Fan out those fingers and reach through those heels. Allow your body to breathe nice and deep to that tailbone, to that lower back. Inhale, look forward. Walk your feet up that mat. Coming to that forward fold, toes lined up, toes spread. Hands come to the top of the mat, fingertips to the block or to the mat. Lift that tailbone as the chest lowers the crown and the neck. You should be looking between your knees as your shoulders are gently pulling back towards your hips. Inhale, soften the knees. Exhale to half extension. Flattening out the back, reaching through the crown, tailbone. Imagine yourself as a tabletop. Shoulders pulling back to the hips, not creeping towards the ears. Inhale, soften the knees once again. Tuck your tailbone. Exhale, roll all the way up. Shoulders roll back. Hands extend to the sky. Chest and belly open. Drop your shoulders and relax. Look to your left elbow as it lowers towards your back pocket. Right hand reaching to the sky. You can follow that with your eyes as well if you like. And then lower your right shoulder down. Left arm comes back up. Both hands sweep across the hips. Chin is tucked as if you're holding an apple or an orange. And as we inhale up, let the shoulders come back and rest. Right hand, right elbow to the back pocket. Left arm reaching to the sky. Press out that sky. Lower the left shoulder. Both hands are up, sweep across your hips. And we're going to take it right to our forward fold, arms rising. Belly, chest opening, drop your shoulders first, and then slowly bringing your hands down your legs, coming straight to the floor, whatever works for you. Hold and breathe. Imagine the gap between your heels and your hip bones getting a little taller. Feel the tension of that lower back releasing, but still never locking the knees. Well done. Find the corners of the mat. Walk your feet back into your plank once again. Kneeling or full. Hold and breathe. Set your body up. Make sure it feels safe, nice and long. The back is protected. Lower to the knees, shins and shoelaces when you're ready. Draw the elbows towards your hips, the inside of your elbows towards the front of the mat. Lowering down slowly. Find that earth. Now as we relax, let those glutes go. Soften the toes, but pull the shoulders towards the hips. We're going to begin our dancing cobra by slowly beginning on the opposite side that we began with last time. And if we don't remember, that's okay. Lifting the body, lowering. Feeling the lengthening and the contraction. From right to left, from back to front. Learning as we dance, feeling the softness of our movements. Nothing jerky, nothing painful. Beautiful. Lengthen through the neck. Slowly lower when you're ready. Find that nice long body with your glutes softened, elbows to the hips, pull the shoulders back. Inhale to a gentle up dog, and you might even float the hips off the mat, or you can stay nice and low. Again, we don't lock the elbows, we don't pull the shoulders towards the ears, we lengthen, soft and tall. Perfect. Lower gently down, halfway, and then tuck the hips back into that child's pose. Reach with that tail. And once again, we can have an active pose with the hands touching down, the elbows floating, elbows to mat, or recovery with the hands by the toes, by the ankles, forehead towards the mat. Breathe nice and deep. Now as we stay in our recovery position for just a moment, I want you to think about your breath. Are you panting? Slow it down. Get control of your breath. Slow down the heart rate. Deepen the breath. The breath is our safety and our guide. As we begin to move, we lift the crown, inhaling, lifting the hips up and forward. Curling the toes under, exhale to that downward dog once again by lifting the tailbone up, reaching to the heels, and sinking the crown between the arms. Ears to either side of the arms, tailbone high. When you're ready, lift that crown, step forward with your left foot into that lunge. Walk your right foot nice and wide. And again, we can come from a standing position if we need. We can come flowing straight up, or we can come to the knee first and then extend. Take a moment here to feel all 5 balls of that right foot on the floor this time, not just the big one. Heel reaching back, lengthening that leg, hips sinking straight down. Now make sure you can always see your toes poking out beyond that kneecap. We don't want to hurt the knees. Shoulders are soft, the weight is in through the legs. Now breathe. When you're ready, release your right hand to that left knee. Relax your right shoulder. Stay here, look to your left. Or release your left arm behind like you're shaking a hand behind you, lengthening through the shoulder, down the neck. Body is tall as we gently twist. Right leg is reaching back, lengthening that back leg. Inhale, bring that right arm back up to the sky, or left arm back up to the sky, followed by your right. And we center the body with soft shoulders. Good job. Reach forward to the top of the mat, stepping forward with that right leg this time. Come up onto your forward fold, feet side by side, heels behind, tailbone lifted. Now as we hold here, we can use a chair, use our block, or we can take our hands from elbow to elbow and just let the body hang, release, and breathe. Nice deep breaths in the body. When you're ready, release the hands to the mat. Walk your feet back onto all fours. So we're going to come to the knees are under the hips. The toes are tucked behind those knees, so if we look back, we can't see our toes. We have a nice long spine. We're not sagging through the belly, and our fingertips are spread out. Beautiful. We're going to take a deep breath in. Rise up that core by exhaling the belly button into the spine, tucking the tailbone, and dropping the head into our cat stretch. Now we like to stretch through the shoulders because it's very flexible there. We want to get up through the mid of the back. So try to lift up to the center using the core, pulling the shoulder blades back, the shoulders back, and then inhale, fill your bellies, let it sag down. Tailbone rises, crown rises into our cow. Take a time just to feel the sensation. Taking an extra breath if you need. Exhale, belly button up into spine. Scooping up into the middle of the back, not just through the shoulders. Our toes are still tucked behind the knees. And then inhale one more time, belly fills, shoulders pull back, crown rises, and tailbone lifts. Good job. Now keep the weight a little bit into your shoelaces as we walk the hands back towards the knees. You're going to grab a block, and we're going to place that block between the ankles. Now as we stack the body, we've got the knees, the hips, and the shoulders nicely stacked. The hands are going to open up to the side, and we're going to softly look to your right palm and gently reach back towards your right ankle or to the block, wherever you feel safest. You can even curl your right toe up and reach for that heel. The chest is open, the body is tall. Breathe in through your crown, through your heart. Inhale, come up nice and tall, arms rise. Exhale, back to the sides with the hands, shoulders relaxed, crown is up. Left hand reaching back towards that heel, towards that block. Right hand extending forward to counterbalance. The belly is nice and open, the hips are stretching and lengthening. The crown is still reaching tall, third spine is nice and long. Reach forward, inhale, bring both hands back, and sweep both hands across those hips. Good job. As we come back up, big belly, big chest, reach forward. Hands to the top of the mat, walk your hands to each corner. Coming to that kneeling plank, lower the body down, hips first, chest, and then gently lower. Find your body reaching with those elbows to the hips, crown lengthening, hands released to the sides, and we're going into our super mat. So we might need our block for our forehead, we might use one fist if we need to, but both hands, if we can reach back, contract through the back, relax your glutes. Nice job. Now breathe as you're holding. Don't hold your breath. Awesome. One more time. Deep breath in, bring your hands back under your shoulders. Exhale, press into those hands, bring the body up. Tailbone goes back, we walk the hands to the knees, and we come back up to our hips with our hands on the hips. Coming to our camel, reach back with your right hand towards your right ankle, left hand to the front, counterbalancing. Hips come forward, shoulders soften. That left hand can be our extension as we come up, helping us come up. Both hands come to the hips, cross those hips. Deep breath in, belly and chest. Left arm floats to that left ankle, right hand to the sky or out front. Hips come forward gently. Nice job, reach forward. Let the left arm come back down to the hip as well. Cross those hands across the hips. Deep breath in. Chest is open, belly is open. Now come back to the mat with your hands. Walk up to the corners of the mat. Spread those fingers out. Watch those butterflies as we bring the hips forward, lower down with the chest, elbows towards those hips. And lengthen once again. Now with our hands under the shoulders, if we float it up, we can always work our way back. And we might kick that block at the end, that's okay. But with the hands under the shoulders, shoulders gently pulling back, reach your right hand out to the side, palm down. Now relax your right shoulder, the left shoulder's pulling back. We're just gonna softly look over to the left side. Elbow rises, we press the right shoulder softly towards the mat, and we might even lift that left leg behind your right, transferring the weight onto that right hip. Now we're usually very tight across the chest. So if we're good here, turn your palm of your right arm up to the sky. See how it changes our shoulder. The left toe could be touching the floor, bringing the left hip behind. We might even be able to slide the left hand behind, reaching for that right hand, or just in that direction. Lengthen through your spine. Now I know it's going to feel like that arm has disappeared. It's still there. Just breathe and lengthen. Now we don't want to pant. We want to go into a position that's comfortable for our bodies. No pain. When you're ready, release that left arm very slow back towards the corner of the mat. Roll the weight back across the body into the belly and into that left hip. Coming down, we find our right arm still extended, where we bring the palm to the floor and we bring it back softly underneath. Deep breath in, press into both hands, slowly pull your shoulders back, coming to an up dog, just to lengthen, realign, and balance the body out. Good work. Keep your crown lifting as your shoulders pull down, elbows not locking, and glutes relaxed. Now softly roll the body down. Feel your hips, feel your belly, feel the beginning of the floating ribs to your rib cage, all the way down. Now as the crown reaches, the toes lengthen, let your glutes go. Try the left side. Now if we've had an injury, be respectful, palm down. We use the right arm to press into that left shoulder, and the right elbow floats up. If we're good here, we can float that right leg up and over the bottom left, transferring the weight to the left hip. Now we're still nice and tall. If we're good here, we stay here. The left palm can go to the sky. The right hand can release if we choose to go a little bit deeper into our chest opener. Find that fingertip, reach for it, but we're gonna lengthen. Nice open heart. There's always lots of options you can take. Do what works best for you. Find your breath, make sure it's nice and deep. We don't want to shallow breathe through our body. Now releasing the right hand when you're ready. Place it safely on the corner of the mat. Slowly transfer the weight back to the belly, back to that right hip. And as we roll off that left arm, the palm comes back to the floor. We tuck that hand under. We come pressing into the hands, lift the crown, lift the ribs, tuck your tailbone back. Now as we take the tailbone towards our heels, if your block is there, just gently grab it out, place it beside you, and go to your child's pose. Now as you breathe, you should feel your breath transferring towards your thighs. Your chest should feel nice and open, a lot more relaxed, shoulders soft. Crown towards the top of the mat, or allow the forehead to sink towards the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, roll that body up. Exhale, scoop into your cat pose. Nice high spine, knees underneath those hips. Come to a neutral spine where the body is long, the crown is reaching, and so is the tailbone. Kick your heels out to the left or the right, whichever works for you, and carefully come down to your mat. Now as we go down to our mat, you can double it up with a puffier mat. You can lay a blanket down. You can use pillows as much as you need. But we're going to keep our hips to the back of the mat. We're going to lengthen through those heels, through those toes. Now when we flex our feet, we secure the joints, so the ankles, the knees, and the hips. Try to line the feet up and see how the hips feel. Perfect. If this is too much to do, place your feet down and bend the knees. We want to be on the sits bones, and we want to make sure that our back is nice and tall. Most of the time our posture is kind of sloppy and forward. So try to keep us up tall, and if that means putting something underneath the legs or bringing the knees up, that is fine. Now we want to open the chest still, and we want to open up through the palms, right through the forearms. So one option is to place the fingertips towards your hips, roll up into the palms, but if this hurts your wrists in any way, turn your hands out or even behind you. If you have to go to fingertips, you go to fingertips. As we place our hands in the position that works right for our body, we're going to pull the shoulders back, breathe into the chest, open and lift, keep your chin tucked. Especially if you have osteo of the neck, we want to respect the back of the neck, lengthening and lengthening through the body. Now let that breath travel right to the belly. That's going to be the tricky part. It's going to want to stop in the heart, bring it right down through the diaphragm into the belly. On the exhale, use your core to come on up, float up from your hands, and then gently placing your hands on the knees, the shins. I want you to exhale your heart towards your knees. Now we're not going to pull. We don't want to put tension in the neck. We want to relax the neck. We're going to use our breath. So the feet are still flexed. We breathe in our nutrients we need. We exhale out the tension as we lengthen. And each breath, we might find a little bit more. Reminding ourselves that we are flexible, but a lot of the time our flexibility is limited just to our emotional stresses that we place in the body. Think about left and right. How do they feel? Learn where you're tighter, what side is more tighter than the other. Beautiful. Just lengthen, relax. Feel your crown reaching as well as lowering that heart. And remember, this is the journey, not getting the head down, not dropping the body, falling into bad posture, but concentrating on how it feels as we lengthen, as we breathe. Building good habits. We're going to slowly inhale. The body's going to float up like a balloon, inflating. Shoulders are soft. Hands rise out to the sides. Deep breath in. Feel your chest float forward. Your back gently contract. Left hand is going to reach softly towards your right leg. Doesn't matter how far down it goes. And your right hand's going to reach back. We're going to open up the chest. Now try and drop your right shoulder. Reach across. Breathe and lengthen up through the crown. Imagine I have a balloon attached to the back of your skull, and we're going higher and higher, protecting those vertebrae. Toes stay flexed, chest is open, and we gently exhale the core right back to center. Lower the heart down, breathe in, prepare, exhale, lengthen. Toes draw towards your crown as your heart lowers towards those knees. Now we always want to pull, and we always want to use those necks. Try to relax. Think about folding at the hips. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in, begin to roll up. Feel your sits bones. Feel your toes flex. Feel your shoulders stack over the hips. The arms rise nice and wide. Chest comes forward with a deep breath in and into the belly. Shoulders are relaxed. Check your form first before you move. Right hand reaches to the left leg. Wherever it loads down, the left hand can reach back if you choose, or keep it to the side, but we're going to go taller and taller through the crown. Think of your spine as a nice long elevator shaft. We want to keep it open. The breath traveling up and down that elevator shaft with no resistance. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale that arm back. Find that heart, relax your shoulders. Press to your heels as you lower down one last time. Notice how much more movement you begin getting. Once your body relaxes and feels safe, it will release. If we force and pull and tug, the body will panic and get tighter. We might be able to get low at the beginning, but it's going to seize right back up. Now inhaling, bring the body up. Hands are going to float to the side as we find our sits bones. We're going to take the hands back behind us, placing the fingertips and the palms where it was best for our wrists. Chests are going to open, belly's going to open, crown is going to lift up from the spine, the chest or the shoulders are pulling back softly. Beautiful. Now breathe. Loosen up around the rib cage, giving your body a little more lung capacity with each breath. And then when you're ready, take that breath in, lift it up like a balloon's lifting you. Take your hands by your hips. Slide your hips forward so your feet are at the top of your mat, and place your toes to the floor. Now your hands are going to rest behind your knees. You don't have to use the hands for support. You can reach down and grab your strap, place it over your feet. And if you don't need it, you don't need it. That's fine, but find your sits bones. Lift up through the heart, and we can use a tie or anything with this. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to scoop the belly button in, lower down, rolling up into that lower back, just lengthening the back. Losing a lot of core as we exhale. Inhale, come back up. Find your sits bones, drop your shoulders back and down. Find height through your spine. And then exhale, lower down. Good. Empty that breath out, scoop in that belly. Shoulders are soft. The core is doing the work, not the neck and the shoulders. Inhale up. And we only go as far back as we're comfortable going. 2 more. Exhale. Good. Soft shoulders. Inhale, float. As long as we feel the core firing, that's all we need. If we get a little bit of shake, that's okay because we're strengthening, but we don't want shake on our lengthening. And your last one, come up when you're ready. No rush to get here. Beautiful. Drop the knees nice and wide. Take your strap if you used it, just place it to the side. Bring the pads of your feet together, the balls of your feet together, and we're going to come into a nice open butterfly leg. Now the hands can rest on the knees, or the hands can slide up underneath the shins, walking the back of the hands to the mat, or maybe down to the elbows. Now once again, we don't want to curl into a ball, pull the shoulders towards the ears. We want to do our best with the best form possible, so pull the shoulders back, lower your heart down, lengthen through those hips. Feel your body growing taller and taller from that crown. Good work. Our hips can be very, very tight, so be gentle, be respectful and understanding. As we inhale, prepare, exhale, pull that belly button in, slowly withdraw the arms, lengthen through the left leg, and then slide your right leg a little bit closer to your inside of the left leg. The knee is out to the side. If we need a little bit of support, prop it with a block. Make sure the hips are happy. Use a pillow, use whatever you've got. Flexing that left foot's going to protect that left hip. And then when you're ready, take your left hand down the leg, and we're just going to drop to the inside of that left leg. The elbow may get to the mat, it may not, but the right hand's on that right knee for support. Now as we drop the shoulder, it stays under the body, the elbow's underneath the shoulder, the chest is going to open to the side. We can come to our fingertips on the right hand, and we might be even find that right hand to right shoulder. Push to that left heel, and we can float it up if we choose to the sky. Again, no pain, the shoulder pulls back. We breathe into that right lung. We open that breath right into from the lung to the hip, finding length. Just freedom for the energy of the body to flow. Beautiful. Now take the right arm down slowly. If it's extended, bring it to the shoulder first. Be safe. Slow and gentle as we release it to that right knee. And as it rests on the right knee, we can slowly look towards that left leg and come up. Take your time. When the body's in a twist, we want to come out very slow. Both feet come back to butterfly. Knees can be propped with blocks or pillows. We find our sits bones, we relax the shoulders. The hands can stay behind the knees, or we can float them underneath the shins. Now as the fingertips come down, maybe it's the back of the hands, maybe the elbows even. But it's about the length. And again, it's not about getting to the floor. It's about experience how our body feels without adding extra stresses. Nice deep breath. Check your shoulders. Check your breath. Make sure it's deep into the hips. And if we feel one side a little tighter than the other, breathe into that tighter side. Beautiful. When you're ready, prepare by breathing in. Exhale, pull your belly button into your spine as you tuck and pull out. We come up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Extend your right leg. Now each side's slightly different, so be respectful. Draw the left leg in. Use your block if you need to support this side. Maybe this is a better side for you. All right, when we find our sits bones and our body is tall, shoulders relaxed, then we can take that right hand down the leg, flexing the ankle, dropping it towards the inside. Now check in on that elbow, check on that shoulder, make sure there's no pain through the neck, that the shoulder's down. The left hand can float to the left knee. That shoulder softly drawing back. We look to the left. We see how we feel. Before we go any further, we're pressing through the right heel, making sure that hip is nice and long down the leg. And then maybe the left arm comes up to the shoulder. And as an option only, we can extend to the sky. Now pull those shoulders back. Reach those fingertips. Find the air through your hands. Feel how this side feels as you relax your left hip. Breathing into that left lung and finding space all the way into that hip. Beautiful job. Now as we lower the hand to the shoulder, take it slow. Let the body have an idea what we're doing before we go too fast. Hand to the left knee. Bring the body towards your right and slowly come on up. Good job. Both legs extend. Both ankles flexed. Hands rise. Deep breath in. Find your sits bones. Build all the way up through that elevator shaft of a spine. Drop the shoulders. Hands sweep behind. Fingertips go where we can, out to the back of the room. Chest lifts. Belly opens. We breathe in, lengthening the spine with a nice open heart. Exhale, pull that core in, come up slowly. Slide the fingertips along the mat as we reach down towards the direction of the ankles, lowering the heart towards those knees. And without pulling, we're going to breathe in and exhale length through the body, drawing out the tension, the tightness. Beautiful. When you're ready, prepare with that breath in. Exhale. Use that core to roll the body up. Coming to a seated position with the legs extended. We are going to roll back. So again, we can bend the knees. We can use the legs for support, or we can use our strap. But what we want to do is watch our breath when we go back. So the strap's there if we need, or the tie. The knees are to the ceiling. We're on our sits bones. So as we roll back, we're going to exhale. Tuck that tailbone between the legs and just roll up to that lower back. The strap is there if we need it. We can just hold it if we need it. But if as soon as we run out of breath, we want to stop, take a breath in, and then resume lowering down, using the breath to cradle us. And as the shoulders roll back, we lay gently down with the back of the skull to the floor. Bring your right knee up towards your chest, gently pulling it in, lengthen through your right heel. Tuck that chin in. Beautiful. Releasing that left leg. Keeping it bent if you need as you draw the right leg up. Bring your right knee towards your chest, lengthening through that left heel. Beautiful. Now as we release, I want you to remain on the mat, lengthen both legs down the mat. Arms come down by your sides, shoulders open. Now feel the weight of your heels, the weight of your hips, all the way to the weight of your shoulders. So as you breathe on your mat, I want you to look softly towards your left shoulder, reaching with your fingertips. And as you lay with your chest opening, softening towards the mat, let everything melt into the mat. Now as we begin through our relaxation, we'll find ourselves heavy in the beginning. We want the breath to go as deep as possible into those hips, pushing the diaphragm into the organs, massaging, digestion, bowels, everything with our nice deep breath. And as we release that breath, we want to feel the weight of our body to begin with. Slowly begin to lift the crown, lift the nose towards the front, back to center, back of the skull resting to the mat, and then gently take it over to your right side. Now as you lay on your back, imagine the shoulders melting into the mat. Breathing down through the neck. And using a pillow if you need, if you're really uncomfortable in a certain position or you have a sore neck, use those pillows. But breathe. You should find your body getting lighter and lighter as the body relaxes and releases. All you're focusing on right now is your breath and following that breath throughout your body. When you're ready to inhale, bring the head back to center. Find the back of the skull still onto the mat. So if you were to open your eyes, you would be looking straight up to the ceiling, not behind you with your chin raised up. Tuck it in. Lengthen the back of the neck and pretend you have an apple and orange between your chin and chest. It may slide up constantly, that's okay. Just check it once in a while, draw it back down. Beautiful. Now the hands are going to rise up, away from the floor. Keep the hands over the shoulders as you lay back. We're going to open the hands out to the sides in a T position. Now I want you to reach through your fingertips. So you're going to take your right fingertip, you're going to gently reach away from your body as if I'm pulling your fingertips with strings. You're going to inhale back to center. And as you exhale, reach the left hand away from the body like you've got strings and I'm pulling that hand. Now leave your hand on the floor. Don't let it float up, but just slide it up that carpet or that floor. Inhale back to center, balance the shoulders, balance the hips, and then exhale out to the side once again. Good job. Now come back to center. Lower your hands down by your hips. Feel your shoulders open, your neck a little more released hopefully. And with the knees bent, bringing one leg up at a time, pads of the feet on the floor. Toes to the top of the mat. When we lay back, we're going to look down to that right side, that right hand, that right shoulder. We're going to reach the hand towards your right heel, a gentle contraction down the right side of the body. Leave your left shoulder on the mat. Inhale back to center, and then reach the left side. Now the crown stays on the floor. Mine will be a little bit higher, but you relax that head down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, right hand towards your right heel. Back to center, and then over to the left. Beautiful. Holding still, lengthen those legs, let those arms float to the side, and completely go into your relaxation. Beautiful. The chest is open, breathe into it. Take the arms, float them back up across the chest. Shoulders down. Now lift with your breath. So when those arms come up, you feel your chest open, the shoulders aren't creeping towards your ears, but your chin is tucked. The hands are going to float into that T position. Nice job. Take your left hand, float it up behind your head, the palm resting behind the skull, the left elbow out to the side. Beautiful. Breathe all the way up that left side of the body. Feel your elbow floating towards the mat, your rib cage opening out to the side. and your hip extending away from your rib cage. So the left hand is just cradling the back of the head. Now breathe. Good job. Taking the left hand slowly away. We're going to switch sides. So the left hand extends, the right hand comes behind the head. Elbow nice and wide. Relax your elbow to the mat. Breathe into that right lung this time and feel the distance being built between the hip and the rib cage. Your left arm's out to the side, palms up. And just breathe. Let the chest rise, the shoulders soften, and just let them melt away from your ears. Beautiful. Breathe and relax. And again, no pain. Releasing your right hand. Both arms are in a gentle T. We're going to use our exhale to bring the arms up over the rib cage. So we're going to scoop them forward, pull your core in, feel the contraction across your chest as your hands are above your shoulders are down. Now I want you to imagine that rope falling from the ceiling. You're going to take that hand, lift the left shoulder away from the mat, grab that rope, keep your arm nice and long, and then pull, reach with your right arm. Now there's only one rope there. So as we lift from shoulder off the floor to shoulder off the floor, we're rocking the rib cage, massaging through the shoulders and the neck. Keep your neck low, or your shoulders low away from your neck. Lengthening, lengthening. So as if I'm pulling from the ceiling tile, from the sky, pulling that sun down towards my heart. Now we'll want to bend the elbows, but then we're only moving through the arms and the forearms. We want length, length. Use your breath. And again, as big as your body allows without pain. Just think of the lengthening that you have as you breathe from one lung to the other, as you massage up and down that spine and those obliques, and then you feel a gentle pull possibly up into the hips, depending how tight we are. Last one. Let the hands float down by your sides and just completely relax. So as we lay in our relaxation, the back of the skull resting on the back of the mat, crown reaching to the back of the room. Feel the breath coming into the nose. If it's cool, if it's warm. Feel your sinuses opening. Up between the eyebrows, releasing. Eyes soften, but also get heavier in their sockets. Feel the band over the forehead just releasing as we breathe. Our mind getting a little clearer. Nothing else matters right now. Just our breath, just our own feelings in our own body. Now like an elevator shaft, as we breathe in through the nose, draw the breath down the back of the throat where the tongue rests in the mouth, soft and gentle. Down between the shoulder blades, down the neck where we're going to find lots of tension sometimes. We want that to release. Bring the breath in through the spine, into that tailbone area. Releasing any tightness through that sciatica, down into each leg, each limb. Now the deeper we can bring that breath, the more health benefits that gives our body, circulation, energy. But on the exhale, remember that core softly pulling in, bracing through the exhale, the strength, and drawing out the tension in the body. Now the body should become lighter and lighter as your body relaxes. Imagine you're floating on a cloud. And with each breath, you rise just a little bit. And with each exhale, you sink deeper into that nice, warm, soft cloud. And as you lay in that cloud, if you feel any areas that are a little bit sore, a little bit tight, just breathe into them. Acknowledge the sore spots. Nurture it with your breath. And just keep that breath as deep as you can. Now as you lay on your mats, with nothing mattering around you, your focus is on your breath and your body. I want you to think of one thing that you admire about yourself and give yourself a compliment. Give yourself a moment to give back to you, to acknowledge something really good that you're proud of, that you admire, that you like. I want you to think about it, and I want you to just say it to you each time you breathe, into your mind and into your hearts. It's very important that we take self-care, moments for self-care, and we truly believe what we're saying to ourselves.